Florida State just got a stud running back out of the transfer portal. Gavin Sawchuck is transferring from Oklahoma to FSU. He had a monster second half of 2023. He had over 100 yards in his last 5 games. He finished that season with 744 rushing yards, 6.2 yards per carry, and 9 touchdowns. And I was expecting him to have a big-time season in 2024 last year, but unfortunately, injuries and Oklahoma's offensive line not being good held him back. And now he transfers to FSU, where he's going to turn into a beast in Gus Malzahn's offense. Gus Malzahn's offense elevates every running back that you put in it. Last year, when he was at UCF, he had Harvey, who recently got drafted in the second round by the Broncos. And this past year's draft, when Auburn made that national championship run early into his tenure there, they had Trey Mason, who was one of my favorite college running backs to watch during that time. So when you put a talented running back like Gavin Sawchuck, who's really good after contact, has elite acceleration and good vision, into a Gus Malzahn scheme, he should turn into one of the best running backs in college football. Remind you, they already have Roydell Williams, who's pretty talented in his own right. Now with the addition of Gavin Sawchuck, you should have one of the best running back duos in all of college football. That's how good Gus Malzahn's system makes running backs. For the last couple of years, Gus Malzahn has produced a top 10 rushing attack. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when it happens. And Florida State quietly has become arguably the most improved team in college football. There's no chance they'll be just as bad this year as what they were in 2024. That was arguably the worst season of Florida State football ever. With what Mike Norvell has brought in the transfer portal on the offensive line, bringing in experienced guys, plus improving with his play caller, that being Gus Malzahn, somebody who specializes in elevating running back play, this is going to be a really good offense this year. They're not going to have to throw the football 30, 40 times to beat you, with Thomas Castellanos being a really good rushing threat, with 2 star running backs in the backfield, in a scheme that just completely elevates the rushing attack. It puts it on crack damn near. Getting Gus Malzahn was not only a huge pickup for Florida State, but one of the biggest and most impactful coordinator hires of this offseason. And you just recently land Gavin Sawchuck, who at Oklahoma, I definitely thought that they would have kept him around for this year. He would have been a really good RB2 behind Jaden Ott, who they recently got from Cal. I was shocked that we didn't see a bunch of Gavin Sawchuck last year, because I kept asking Oklahoma fans on their message boards, what happened to this guy? Because he was an absolute stud 2 years ago. And that bowl game that they lost to Arizona in the Alamo Bowl, they would have won that thing if they would have gave him the ball on damn near every single play, because it seemed like every time he was toting the rock, he was ripping off big runs after big runs. And then the offense that is just pretty much steroids for running back production, I think it's only fair to expect Gavin Sawchuck to have a really productive season for the Noles in 2025. And I'm not overhyping this transfer because I'm a Florida State fan. I say this every single time that I'm a Miami fan. And I know it's easy as fans to get excited about these kinds of transfers, and then these guys come in and they don't really do nothing at all. I strongly doubt that will be the case with Gavin Sawchuck. When I saw this news pop up on my feed, when On3 posted it, I immediately was like, okay, Florida State is making some major moves this offseason. This is not going to be remotely the same team that you saw last year. And I promise you that. Whatever the over-under win total is for the Noles this year, take the over, because Gavin Sawchuck is going to be a huge reason why you end up seeing Florida State have a bounce-back season this year. I love saying his name, Sawchuck. How many rushing yards can Sawchuck chuck up this year? That's a fun tongue twister. We got to come up with a funny nickname for Gavin Sawchuck. We're going to call him the Chuck. Give the Chuck the rock. Yeah, I like that. We're going to call him the Chuck this year. Because when he starts chucking this year, a lot of people are going to realize just how talented of a running back FSU got. I can't wait to see the chuck it up this year for the Noles inside this Gus Malzahn scheme. And with Roydell Williams, this is going to be a nasty 1-2 punch. Florida State had the worst rushing attack in all of college football last year, pretty much. Now you improve that with not just the hiring of Gus Malzahn, but getting a healthy Roydell Williams back, getting Gavin Sawchuck recently out of the portal. That's going to help elevate this entire offense. Because now defense has got to worry about whoever you have behind Thomas Castellanos, along with his rushing ability, and with a guy like Deuce Robinson at wide receiver, who pretty much is like Johnny Wilson 2.0. You just throw the football up and he comes down and he grabs it. He's mossing guys. He's getting all kinds of crazy one-handed catches. Florida State is going to have a fun offense to watch this year.